Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries and our WWE Raw reactions. We are gearing up for the next pay-per-view, WWE Fastlane, and after that is this year's WrestleMania. I'm RJ, joining up with Retro Brett.
Hello everyone, how's it going out there?
We had a pretty good night. We had an appearance by Ric Flair. We always love to see him, and he had some words of caution for Triple H. Also, we saw Paige without her outfit. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see her really without her outfit. She just put something else on.
Well, it was suggested that she go to the ring naked, which I was kind of hoping for. I'm sure. I know RJ was.
Well, here's the question I posed to you. If she did come out to the actual ring naked, would it have been blinding?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
She's pretty white.
I would have been willing to be blinded by that.
Yes. Wow.
A
whole new definition of flashing, isn't it?
I forgot how did she come? Whose attire did she come into the ring in?
Well, she took one of the rosebuds. You had the rosebuds dancing outside of her dressing room.
How convenient.
She grabbed one of them and she had like a princess-esque outfit on. I've been enamored with Paige for a while, as I've talked about here at Trippy Commentaries, and I gotta say, seeing her in that cute little outfit definitely kind of upped the scale up a little bit for me. I think she would be a pretty good time, to say the least.
Oh yeah, that little sexy outfit was pretty awesome.
Now, what'd you think about what happened to Paige that night? Of course, we're recording this on the Tuesday after Monday Night Raw, but you did have the Bellas responsible for taking Paige's gear, and they're actually gearing up, or at least Nikki Bella's gearing up for a match against Paige.
Well, I definitely liked the Bella's ingenuity taking Paige's gear, but when they came face to face, the Bellas being up on the ramp and Paige in the ring, I don't know, Nikki had a very, very sour look on her face, like she was very, very worried. So I think this is going to be a great match, and I can't wait to see Paige victorious.
Now, I really feel like they're wasting the Bellas a little bit here. I've talked about this with Retro Brett off camera. I just really like the Bellas. I think they're a pretty cool gimmick. You have a nice duo of sexy chicks representing wrestling, and there's been a lot of popular divas in the past, going back to even farther than Sable, but I remember Sable was really popular. So why can't they put the Bellas on that pedestal? Is it only because they're doing divas, so that's where most of their storyline's going to be fed to? That could definitely make sense, as we do have Nikki Bella in a relationship, so we think, with John Cena here.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's a lot of drama. I tried to watch a couple episodes of Divas to try to see what was going on. It was just so drama-filled that really wasn't my style. But also, Brie Bella married to Daniel Bryan, the biggest wrestler out there right now, if you go by popularity.
Yes, well, if you noticed, their body types are changing a little bit. I mean, Brie's still skinny, but Nikki's becoming a little muscular there.
They're both hot. That goes without being said. And I've looked at the YouTube videos where they're on, and they have a huge following of people that say they're hot. Oh yeah, especially Nikki. A lot of people like the jugs.
They're definitely hot, but if you look at them like side by side, Nikki's legs are actually 1.5 times the size of Brie's.
Nikki's thick.
And she's got a little abs on her stomach. She's definitely hot. I mean, I like curves, and Nikki's it for me. Brie doesn't do it a whole lot.
Oh, come on. I would knock the bottom off of both of them. But getting back to their actual persona in ring, I feel like they're wasting it. When's the last time we saw Brie Bella in a meaningful match? That could be said about a lot of the divas, but nonetheless, they're going to face off with Paige. I actually look for Paige to win that match and get the title, which will be very interesting. We're going to bring you an official Fastlane preview, so make sure to watch out for that. We'll give you all of our predictions.
One more thing, or person I have to talk about in regards to Paige, is who she was facing this week was Summer Rae.
Oh, yeah.
If we want to talk about sexy women, Summer Rae is definitely one of them.
Summer Rae looked like she was convinced she was going to get that victory just because she knew what the Bellas had done, and then as soon as Paige came out with that ballerina outfit or whatever the hell you want to call it, She definitely looks scared.
Well,
Paige came out and whooped some ass. They keep changing the name of Paige's finisher, but now it's the PTO. I believe the Paige Tap Out, I think it is.
Yes, I think it is.
The Paige Turner. We had all kinds of different things out there.
Well, they're different moves. They're different moves, so they're not the same move called different things.
I just seen that move called different things. Maybe it's officially the PTO for a while now.
I don't know. I could have sworn it was something different, but we need to see more of Summer Rae.
Yes, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and move on, Retro Brett. I know we had Rusev taking a beating by one John Cena.
Oh, yes. Well, John Cena rammed Rusev headfirst into the Titantron area twice, and he knocked him clear out, it looks like. And hopefully that will be the case come Fastlane, but time will tell.
Well, this was really the first time that we've seen that this happen. I feel like it's been the other way around up until this point, so good to see that, and it's definitely gearing up for a huge match. We also saw Monday Night Raw start off with John Cena kind of coming out saying to the crowd that he was indeed going to break that Rusev undefeated streak. What do you think about the undefeated streak? We had the infamous Goldberg streak last a while until he lost to a taser. He got tasered, so therefore he lost. What do you think about this Rusev's undefeated streak? Do you think it's time for it to actually fall, or is this bitch going to keep going?
The sooner it falls, the better, because if it keeps going undefeated, it's gonna get harder and harder to end it. You're gonna have to have someone super special to end the streak if it goes on any farther.
Although I actually think the streak is going to continue, I do think John Cena is going to be the one to end it. He's big enough to do it, and he deserves that win. Will it happen at Fastlane? Definitely stay tuned for our predictions, because I'm not even sure yet.
That brings me to another point. They might be putting John Cena, probably not, but maybe they might be putting John Cena against Rusev to heighten Cena's popularity, to make him more of a good guy, because for the past several years he's been, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. So maybe they're trying to increase his popularity for some reason.
Here's a question I want to pose to you here.
By putting him against a Russian person.
Hell yeah, absolutely. It makes perfect sense. Here's another match that I'm looking for at WrestleMania that I think, I'm wondering if they're giving us clues that they're preparing for this, Retro Brett. Bray Wyatt. He's giving some kind of signal out there. He's sending more of his cryptic messages out there, but who are they geared towards? I mean, who's he currently rivaling with? Or he has no rival. Dean Ambrose is now going after BNB. That's all done. I'm wondering if his cryptic messages are pointed in the direction of one Undertaker. Definitely take a look at these cryptic messages, Retro Brett. You'll have to get back to me and let me know what you think.
Well, that goes back to the two supernatural beings pitted against each other. I've kind of been wondering about that myself, because Bray Wyatt's he's had a couple of very, very short feuds with various wrestlers recently, but he really isn't doing a whole lot right now. So it's weird to me that they put 2 or 3 different video clips of him in every Raw and SmackDown.
Exactly.
What are they trying to do?
Who are they geared towards? We'll definitely have to keep an eye out on that as Fastlane approaches this weekend. We're pretty excited about it. Now, we had a return of a dynamic duo, Retro Brett, who came back on Monday.
Well, we had Darren Young with some jobber facing the Ascension.
Okay.
And the Ascension got rid of the jobber, and then they double teamed Darren Young. But who should come out but Darren Young's old tag team partner in Titus O'Neil?
Nice.
Are the primetime players back?
Seem to be.
I don't know. Darren Young looked pretty good.
Now, how were the primetime players back in the day? Were they a team to be reckoned with? We know that, of course, Darren Young did come out of the closet, so he's a homosexual wrestler for those who care about those types of things. But how are they as an actual tag team duo?
I
Retro?
don't care as long as he doesn't hit on me. Can he wrestle?
That would be a big problem. And hopefully he's not hitting on Titus, or who knows.
Well, I don't think they were that serious. I don't recall exactly, but I don't think they were that big back in the day. They were kind of like Ryback, kind of like the jobber tag team.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I think this time's going to be different.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if they beat the Ascension, that's a big deal. The Ascension have been kicking some serious ass.
Well, they didn't
to start
beat
off.
him in a match. They just kind of roughed him up a little bit.
Okay, because technically did they lose? Did Darren Young lose after the Jobber got knocked out? How did that work out?
I think it was a disqualification.
DQ. Yeah, I figured.
Since Titus O'Neil came in and saved Darren Young.
Now, I was actually at our radio show. We have a radio show, the Trippy Show, so I missed most of this Raw. I have to check it out again. Check out the Trippy Show, guys. It's 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Radio IO. You guys will really enjoy that. We actually will have Raw recaps every Monday.
It's on Bubba 1, right?
Yep, Bubba Radio 1. We'll put a link in the description. But Retro Brett, of course, you had your eye on Raw. What else happened?
Well, we finally got to see Rollins versus Ziggler.
Hell yes.
Two styles that are very, very similar, two really high flyers. The only problem is you got the Hobbits, J&J Security.
Yeah.
That they kind of throw a monkey wrench into everything. But it was a great match, and Ziggler had the match won had it not been for, I think it was Joey Mercury came back out after being banished from ringside.
Damn you, Joey Mercury.
To save Seth Rollins. But this Thursday on SmackDown, J&J will be barred from ringside.
Perfect.
And it'll be just one-on-one.
All right.
Unlikely to be one-on-one, but they are billing it as one-on-one.
So are we gearing it towards a Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler Fastlane match, you think?
I don't know, but I would really like to see a true one-on-one match without any interference from anyone, which is unlikely to ever happen.
The one thing that I find fascinating when it comes to...
Could do it in a steel cage or a Hell in a Cell.
The thing I find interesting about Seth Rollins is, of course, he has that Money in the Bank suitcase, which allows him a shot at the title whenever he wants. You wonder if he's going to use it at Fastlane, more likely at WrestleMania. But if he's in another match, can he do both in one night?
Sure.
I reckon he can. Yeah.
Dana Bryan did a couple matches in one night last year at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania, it's a couple very hard matches, including one defeating Triple H here. Yes. Now Triple H, I know, did square off kind of in a war of words with Ric Flair, so that was interesting to see. And Ric Flair warned Triple H that you better be careful because Sting will whoop your ass. Apparently, Sting got the best of Ric Flair a few times here, Retro Brett.
I didn't really watch WCW. That was more before my time. I came into wrestling about late '99, I would think. But yeah, Ric Flair being one of the top wrestlers of all time, Sting also being the icon of WCW. I would imagine they went head to head on numerous occasions, and Ric Flair just said, "Hey, look, buddy, just don't take him lightly." And things got heated. Triple H shoved Ric Flair down, and he's like, "Look," Triple's like, "Look, I'm gonna beat him. I'm not gonna be like you, Ric Flair, who gets his ass kicked. I'm gonna beat him."
Very nice, very nice. We'll have to see who's actually going to come out on top in that match, if it is indeed announced, which we are fully expecting at Fastlane for WrestleMania. It's going to be so cool to see Sting back in the ring. It's so cool to see him as it is. I'm surprised they've been able to hype him up as good as they have, to where I just want to see him, and I want to see him in the ring fighting off with Triple H. It's going to be one of the matches I'm looking forward to most.
I forgot to mention that Triple H tried to play the respect card and saying, "Look, the reason I don't want Sting in my company is out of respect for you, Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. I'm one of your great friends. You're my mentor. Out of respect for you, that's why I don't like Sting." I don't think anyone's buying that.
Now we had
crock of shit.
I agree with you. We had an interesting main event where Roman Reigns was actually with the commentary fellas, then separated from them to take selfies and pictures with some of the WWE Universe. He was signing some autographs, while Daniel Bryan was in the ring matching up with the Big Show. Because of this, Daniel Bryan lost. It's just gearing up towards the weekend's matchup. Did you think anything really came out of that main event heading to the pay-per-view?
The only thing I want to talk about is that excellent post-match fight between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. That was one of the best fights I've ever seen, non-match related.
Nice. Anything else happen on this week's episode of Raw? I know Stardust. God forbid
Don't
we say
call
Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
That's coming to a close.
He's just getting weirder and weirder as the weeks progress. It was good to see Dusty Rhodes trying to mediate, but it's not happening.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, is there going to be an appearance by Brock Lesnar at Fastlane, Retro Brett? I mean, we know the match is geared up for WrestleMania. Everything's ready to go. Will it be Daniel Bryan or will it be Roman Reigns actually competing against him? We're going to find that out.
Both.
But I'm pretty sure he's going to sit out Fastlane.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, there's nothing for him to do unless he wants to sit ringside and just watch. Maybe Paul Heyman can give some commentary or something.
Paul Heyman's gold. We'll see. But then again, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about. The issue with the Usos and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. They Jimmy or Jay, whichever one is married to Naomi, I don't remember which.
I think it's Jimmy.
Had a double date with Natalya and
Tyson Kidd. But Tyson Kidd had to bring his new tag team partner Cesaro. They had to bring him along.
Would you ever bring some other dude on a double date?
No, but it seems like Tyson Kidd is enamored with his tag team partner. All of a sudden, he's treating him like he's the man.
Could there be something there?
Cesaro got with Tyson Kidd against the Usos there because they have fought against one another. It ended up with the table being flipped, and Naomi was actually pissed at Natalya for ruining the dinner, even though it seemed to be the fault of Cesaro and Tyson.
Actually, it was Natalya that was like, told Naomi and Jay, you ruined everything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
Natalya was pissed at Naomi, and Naomi was there, what the hell's going on?
I don't know, that situation was very strange to me.
Drama.
Natalya was
Drama.
trying to be nice, then she blames him. I don't know, that's weird. But I do like the interesting dynamic that the storyline is using for these tag teams. Bringing their wives involved, that's pretty cool. That's interesting.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of our WWE Raw Reactions. Anything else happen that you're looking at here from this episode of Raw? We now have Booker T officially. I mean, it's been a few weeks rolling, but now Booker T is the main announcer. I really miss Jerry Lawler, so I want to give a shout out to him. I know he's on SmackDown, and Booker T's holding it down. So you have Michael Cole, JBL, and Booker T.
Well, Booker T is capable. I like that. Booker T is a good. He was a good wrestler, and he's a good commentator. I think Booker T was WCW's version of The Rock.
Yeah, for me, I grew up with, of course, JR along with Jerry Lawler. So, as far as the nostalgic value, both of those guys are now officially off of Raw. So that's pretty rough. It's hard to deal with. I'm not a huge Michael Cole fan, as I've heard a lot of other people really. Nobody's coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh yeah, Michael Cole's awesome," much like they did with JR. But that said, we have some great storylines going on Raw and in the WWE, and WrestleMania is right around the corner. We will be previewing it and getting you ready here at Trippy Commentaries. Thanks again for joining us. Make sure to hit us up on Twitter at TrippyComs. I'll put a link in the description. That is the best way to contact us. You can tweet us and know for a fact we will see that. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We will see you in our next episode of our wrestling coverage. Until then, stay trippy, everybody.